Citizenship on the Go. Lesson 6. American Government. Rights and Responsibilities. Part 2. Universal Rights and Citizens' Rights. Some rights, such as voting for president, are only for citizens, but everyone living in the United States, citizen or not, has certain basic rights or freedoms that are protected by the Constitution. 4 of these freedoms are listed in the First Amendment to the Constitution at the start of the Bill of Rights. Some First Amendment rights are freedom of speech, or more broadly, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom to petition the government, and freedom of religion, which is tied to the concept of freedom of worship. Freedom of speech, along with freedom of expression, means the government cannot constitutionally punish a person just for sharing their opinion, whether they do it verbally or symbolically. Freedom of assembly means people have the right to peacefully gather in public spaces. According to the Constitution, the government should not stop people from meeting or forming nonviolent crowds in public. Freedom to petition the government means you can make a complaint or request to the government, and freedom of religion means you can practice any religion or not practice a religion at all. Another basic right of everyone living in the United States is enshrined in the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment protects the right of people living anywhere in the United States to bear arms, or, in other words, to own and carry a weapon. Civics test question. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? Speech. One right or freedom from the First Amendment is freedom of speech. The First Amendment guarantees freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, and freedom to petition the government. Civics test question. What is freedom of religion? What is freedom of religion? You can practice any religion or not practice a religion. Freedom of religion means you have the right to practice any religion or to not practice a religion at all. The government should not punish you for choosing to follow a certain religion or for choosing not to follow any given religion. Civics test question. What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States? What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Freedom of speech and freedom of expression are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States. Some other constitutional rights of all people living in the U.S. are freedom of assembly, freedom to petition the government, freedom of worship, and the right to bear arms. While legal residents have many of the same rights as U.S. citizens, citizenship gives you 2 very important rights. One right that is only for citizens is the right to vote in a federal election. Citizens can vote for who they want to see holding federal government positions like senator. They can vote to decide who will hold jobs in state government, such as the governor of their state. Also, although the rules vary a bit from town to town, citizens can often vote to decide who holds local government positions like mayor. While rules about who can participate in state and local elections are not identical throughout the country, the law regarding participation in federal elections is the same everywhere in the U.S. In federal elections, only citizens can participate. Another right that is only for citizens is the right to run for federal office. People who hold federal offices of government include the president, the vice president, senators, and representatives in the House of Representatives. All of these people had to be citizens before they could run as candidates for those positions in U.S. government. Voting in federal elections and running for federal office are two very important ways only citizens can participate in U.S. democracy. Civics test question. Name one right only for United States citizens. Name one right only for United States citizens. Vote in a federal election. Voting in a federal election is one right that only United States citizens have. Another right that is only for citizens is the right to run for federal office.